You're listening to the Traffic and Conversion Show. I'm your host, Michelle Fernandez, and today is all about the fastest way businesses are scaling and the 5 reasons you should start today. So stay tuned. Welcome back to the show. As I am recording this episode, summer is beginning, and in Miami, that means afternoons are for rain. We have these beautiful blue skies in the morning. It's like so sunny, and then it all turns gray and the storm comes in. And most days it leaves just as fast as it came in. So right now it's raining pretty hard outside, and I love it. Why? Because it feeds the plants, the trees, and the grass, and it keeps everything green and lush and growing. So my question for you is, what are you doing to feed your business, to keep it growing and keep your bank account lush? How can you make it rain in your business? Well, I will give you a hint, and it's Facebook ads. Yes, I did say it. And you might be thinking I'm a little bit prejudiced or biased because this is something that I don't focus on as much in my agency anymore. However, I am a firm believer, and I get constant proof all the time, not only from my clients that I see what their businesses are doing. I actually just had a conversation with one of my friends who is killing it. By killing it, I'm saying she has 40x'd her revenue, not only from her program and the system that she uses, but the driver of traffic to get there is Facebook ads. That is what she's doing. And we had this conversation yesterday, and I'm like, so what are you doing organically? Or does anybody have success with your program or your system using things organically? And she's like, no. She's like, well, why wouldn't they use Facebook ads, right? What else could they use to drive the same amount of traffic? Exactly. This is why we're here, because I know that so many people have this love-hate relationship with Facebook. I know I have. Have you? Some people also think that they're just not ready yet, right? I've been in that position as well, right? And a lot of people just don't allow room in their budget for marketing, period. Or if they did have it and things get a little tight, that's the first thing that they cut is their marketing. Have you done that too? Because I have, right? Because they're seeing marketing as an expense instead of a revenue driver, right? So it wasn't until, because I used to cut it out all the time, and it wasn't until I'm like, wait a minute, I can't have one without the other, right? It came so much harder to try to build my business. And I've seen my customers do the same thing, where it's like, okay, if I just stop because I can't, well, what happens? It causes them to not only fall behind, but they are left behind, because those competitors that you're looking at, those gurus or whoever else that you're looking at and comparing yourself to, or you want your business to look like, they're going ahead, and sometimes by leaps and bounds, and you're just still stuck in the background, in the stands, watching them, okay? If you're ready to play this big game and you're like serious, you're committed, you're like, I'm doing this, I am in it, this is where you want to be, okay? You want to be down on the court or down in the field in the game. And I'm saying court because right now the Heat are in the playoff, the Miami Heat, the basketball team, for those of you who aren't into sports, they're in the playoffs. So are the Panthers. So it's all about getting in the game, right? Getting excited and wanting to win, or try your best to get the highest thing that you can get, right? So I wanted to share a few reasons with you today that you should consider adding Facebook ads to your marketing mix. And if you're still on the fence about using them, or if it hasn't worked for you in the past, it's time to learn and lean into it, because the fastest growing businesses are using Facebook ads to scale their business. This might be the 3rd time I've said it. I want to drill that in your head, okay? Let's dive in. Number 1, precision targeting. Facebook's advanced targeting options allow you to reach a highly specific audience that matches your ideal customer profile, right? Your customer avatar. You can target users based on demographics, interests, behaviors, or even their past engagement with your business. So this precision targeting ensures that your ads are seen by people who are most likely to be interested in what you have to offer, hence increasing the chances of conversions, okay? This is the reason that I push Facebook ads versus Google, and here's why. Google, Pinterest, YouTube, they are all search engine-based marketing, meaning that I'm like, oh, I think I have a problem with this, or I want to find out blah, 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 right? So you input that into your search engine, right? Well, what happens is there's a few issues in here. Number one, people need to know that they have a problem to therefore be searching for a solution to that problem. Well, what about if they don't know that they have a problem, right? Or meaning that they're like, oh, I just think this is normal, right? Or they don't know there's a solution. Like, okay, this is happening to me. Maybe this is normal. Everybody has to do that, right? They don't know that there's a solution. And here's the thing, most of the time, think about your behavior. When you're searching for something, you default to go to whatever's at the top, right? Either an ad that you see, or possibly like, okay, sometimes I even skip the ads, to be honest, because I'm like, oh, these are just ads. They're trying to get me, right? That's my thing. I'm like, I'm going to go for whoever's like the top 3, or maybe even the top 5, or on the top page, like the first page. I never click to page 2, much less page 3 or 4. So if you're not good at SEO, or I should say, maybe you don't have your website or anything like that optimized for SEO, then, or specific keywords and things like that, you're never going to be found. Or they'll be like, hey, I heard about this person because they're famous, or, oh, this seems like a big company, right? Where maybe you're not as big or not as known, right? Well, with Facebook ads, you can actually put yourself and your business in front of an audience, whether they know they have a problem or not, whether they know who you are or not, or whether they know there's a solution or not, right? So for example, there was a time where my mother-in-law lives with us, and my husband, myself, and my mother-in-law, we had these colds for like, I don't know, it seemed like forever, but it was probably like 2 weeks, okay? And I was like, all right, I'm over this. I'm sure you guys are too. Let's go and get one of those fancy vitamin drips, because what I've been hearing is that everybody will, once you get this like rush of vitamins and magically you're healed. Talked to my sister-in-law. She had some, and she lives about 20 minutes away from us. She had a company come to her house, and it was $400 a person. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to pay $1,200 or 12 plus, right? 1,200 plus for the 3 of us to do it. So I'm sitting here looking on my phone, and what comes an ad for this drip bar that is literally down the street from my house that I can walk there. Much cheaper than $400 for each of us. So we head over there. It's our first time going, so we get this super discount for like, I don't know, 99 bucks or whatever it was. And come to find out, they will come to our house for half the price, and they give a discount if there's multiple people in the home, right? So here's something that I didn't even know, that this drip bar was in my neighborhood. Right? So if my phone was not listening or it didn't see me searching for these other things, these other places, I would have never found that. Okay. That is the beauty of Facebook ads and the precision targeting. It gets in front of the people that you're looking for, and it gets in front of the people who know that you are searching for a solution to your problem. Make sense? It's pretty cool. Okay. Number 2, increased visibility. Now, Facebook has a massive, like billions, right? User base. And running ads on the platform helps you increase your brand's visibility, okay? So think about, you're reaching wider audiences, right? Therefore, you can raise awareness about your coaching services, your courses, your service-based offerings, whatever it is. And this exposure can lead to increased website traffic, brand recognition, and obviously leads and sales, okay? Building brand awareness is the name of the game. How do you think brands like Nike, Coca-Cola, Airbnb, Red Bull, like all these places became household names? Those are just a few of the companies that have successfully built brand awareness through effective marketing strategies, right? Their consistent messaging and the deep understanding of their target audience. All right. So I talk about this all the time. This is just a side note. You should be doing market research on a consistent basis so you do have this super duper deep understanding of your target audience. Okay. Each of these companies has managed to create a unique brand identity that resonates with their customers and sets them apart from their competitors. So this is your opportunity to get yourself out there. Use Facebook as this exposure agent to get people into your ecosystem and get them engaged and really build relationships with you, right? Because that's the name of the game. Make connections. I can guarantee you, you have bought something from someone because you're like, oh, I really like her, or oh, we have things in common, right? By getting this visibility, you can create that immediately and people will start following you, right? And you could do this for as little as $1 a day. And that $1 a day can make a huge difference in your bank account in the long term. Okay. Number 3, build your own asset. So Facebook ads is an effective tool for generating leads, whether you're driving traffic to your website, landing page, or you can create some sort of lead gen forms directly within Facebook, allowing your users to submit their information without even leaving the platform. Okay. You can also do these messenger ads as well. So right on there, when someone does, they can actually go into your DMs and it could kick off the conversation for you, opening up the conversation. And then you jump in and, you go back and forth and you invite them to your webinar, invite them into your store, whatever it is, to book a call or, just start a conversation and see what their needs are, right? So you can grow your email list. However, we all know that all of our emails don't get open, right? It's not like 100% open rate. And when we're really thinking about it, a good open rate is what, 30%, maybe 50%. So if we're going with like the benchmark, the 70% of your list isn't even opening your emails. Well, here's the good news. By running Facebook ads, you can actually send things or get in front of your subscribers to keep you top of mind, to still deliver them the content that you're delivering in their email inbox, right? So they're not going to forget about you. So you can build and grow your email list while filling up your launches at the same time. It's really a win-win, right? I had a customer who she was sending emails on a consistent basis, like she was like consistent, not really getting any sales. All we did was run certain ads in front of her list. She had an 80% be back, meaning that the people on their list came back for the service because they saw the ads, not because they were responding from the email. So as much as I think you should definitely be doing email marketing, because hey, 30% of your list, or even 50%, depending on your open rate, which by the way, you cannot totally count on that open rate because it's not accurate, all right, but it'll give you some idea of what's going on. It's still good. You don't want to negate that at all. However, think about if let's just say your open rate right now is 30%. Well, what if you can get in front and then now you're at 50% because they're seeing you on the ads, or even 80%? That would be awesome. And more importantly, they're actually taking the action you want them to take as a result of that email, all right? Number 4, reliable source for leads and sales, and ultimately conversions, right? Because if you're getting a lead or you're getting a sale, your marketing is converting, okay? So Facebook ads can directly drive sales and conversions for your offerings by crafting compelling ad copy and using engaging visuals, and you can capture the attention of your target audience and really entice them or persuade them, prime them to take the action, right? You can direct users to your sales page, maybe your webinar registration, maybe even a checkout page, making it easier for them to convert into a paying customer. So even going back to the precision targeting and visibility, this is so precise. Like, I'm sure you all have heard of lookalike audiences, and a lot of people think lookalike audiences are warm, and they are not. They are cold people. However, I kind of phrase them sometimes as like maybe I wouldn't even say lukewarm. Maybe I would. And the reason why I say lukewarm, but they're really cold, is because they look like your people. right? Your current customers or your current leads. And they're more likely to convert because they're very similar. They look like those people, but they're still cold. Okay. So what's super cool is that if somebody is looking for, I'll give you an example. I'm obsessed with trying to stay looking young as much as I can. So I go get a facial every month, and they use this machine that sends like these waves onto your face, like these whatever, and it kind of lifts your face. It's called NuFace, right? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I wonder if I can get this at home. What is this called? Like I was totally, when when they leave and you're like, fixing yourself, I'm like, I'm going to look at the brand name. Well, in the meantime, it was Christmas and my mom's like, hey, what do you want for Christmas? And I'm like, oh, nothing. And she's like, well, I'm going to get you something. So, so I'm like, okay, let me research into this thing and make sure it's not too expensive, to ask for a Christmas gift. I look, I find it. All of a sudden, I'm getting these other brands that do the exact same thing. So it's really it looks the same because it does the same thing, but it is not the NuFace. It was different brands. And I'm talking 5 or 6 that was now coming in front of me. So think about your offer. If somebody is looking at your competitor, and because they don't know you, right? But all of a sudden, you can get in front because now someone says, hey, my client, Michelle, looks just like my client. Let me put my product in front of her because maybe now I know there's other options. So does it have different features? Maybe it's a lower price, or maybe there's something about it that I would have chose that product over the one I was looking at. That is the beauty of Facebook ads. Okay. So it could be somebody that you end up buying from you rather than who they were originally looking at. Is this making sense? Okay, so knowing that you have a reliable source and you can turn it on at any time to start seeing leads and sales coming in daily is a huge, huge peace of mind. Whereas maybe a Google or a YouTube, right? Those, or even Pinterest, those types of ads take months to grow, right? Whenever you talk to someone, it's like, okay, this is going to take 3, maybe 6 months for it to really build the momentum. Where Facebook ads, yes, it takes a minute to build momentum. And as long as you have your stuff dialed in, you could start seeing results the next day. Okay. So it's a very powerful tool to have in your marketing arsenal. Okay. Let's get into some retargeting opportunities. Now, Facebook provides a robust retargeting capability, which will allow you to re-engage with the people who have interacted with your business before. Okay. So you will need the Facebook pixel on your sites or everywhere, right? And then you can track the user's behavior and show specific ads to whoever already showed interest, right? Or let's say it's everybody who, let's just do something easy, signed up for your webinar. You download that registration list and you upload it into Facebook. Now you can target whoever was on that list and either say, hey, by the way, remember you signed up for this webinar. It's starting in a couple of days. Right? Or maybe it's, hey, now you were on the webinar. Here's the thing that I was selling on the webinar, right? There's all kinds of things that you can do there. It's really, really cool. So if someone did check you out, you can get back in front of them and once again, stay top of mind or drive them to make a buying decision. Okay, this retargeting strategy keeps your brand top of mind and reminds potential customers to take action and can significantly increase your conversions. Okay. So these are the things where I'm like, let's get scrappy. How can we pull in more people at the end? Okay. Let's throw, 40, 50 bucks at the end of a launch and get people in. Okay. So there's all kinds of things you can do with that. All right. Number 5, cost-effective advertising and measurable results. So Facebook ads can be cost-effective advertising option compared to traditional channels, right? So TV, radio, newspaper, magazines, right? All those things, mega bucks, right? Even back in the day, those were the only options for us to advertise in, right? Oh, I lied, Yellow Pages. Okay, that was something that you can also do, right? Well, now really anybody can do it. You have the control over your ad spend and you can set a budget that aligns with your business goals. So like I was saying earlier, you can get started if you just wanted to do video view campaigns to build this brand awareness for $1 a day. Or you can also be looking, if you're looking for leads, you can start for as little as $10 a day. Like, it's really, you set the pace for what's going on. Somebody asked me on the coaching call, she's like, well, how much, is there a formula for you to figure out how much to spend on ads? And I'm like, I did not answer her question, because the answer is no. You decide what you want to do. Then, as we're going to dive into in a second, you can dive into the analytics that is on your ads manager and really monitor the ad performance, right? Allows you to optimize your campaigns. And then from there, you can allocate your budget more efficiently. Well, what's working, right? What is not working, right? How much am I getting a return on my ad spend? How much is my cost per lead? All these things, how many people are clicking? It allows you to dial in on the metrics to figure out, okay, is this working? What do I need to change? Am I getting a return, or am I breaking even, right? What do I need to do to then I could put more money in? So I'm not going to give you a formula. I could tell you where to start, and then you can go from there. But I might tell you, okay, do $10 a day. And you'd be like, wow, I can swing $100 a day, right? So it all depends on what you're looking to do. But more importantly, you must be looking at the data, no matter what marketing strategies you're doing, to see if it's worth you continually to put in this. And when I say look at the data, it's not like, oh, it's not working, let me turn it off. It's like, well, wait, why isn't it working? Where are the gaps? Where's the breakdown of where it's stopping to work? Because if I can get it to work, then what is it going to bring me? We know that Facebook ads work because we see it all the time. These people making millions of dollars every single month are doing it because they're investing in marketing. It's not that it doesn't work. They're making it work by figuring out where those gaps are to get the conversions, okay? So the data allows you to measure the effectiveness of your ads and identify what's working in order for you to make these data-driven decisions to improve future campaigns, all right? So by leveraging the power of Facebook ads, you being a coach, course creator, service-based business can really expand your reach, generate leads, drive sales, and achieve your business objectives more efficiently. It's important to continuously test and optimize your campaigns to maximize the potential, the power of Facebook ads. So if you are committed to play this bigger game, right, to go to the Super Bowl, that's your goal every year, right? And go all in to growing and scaling your business, if you haven't noticed from this episode, I highly, highly consider you adding Facebook ads to your marketing campaign efforts. All right, until next time, let's grow your business together.